And Vimeo. Oh, wait. Why are you not in there?
Never
Add
end.
to screen. There we go. Send us. Can I send?
There it is.
Where?
I see you.
Just me?
Just you.
On photo users.
There. Nope, I'm there. We're there. We're good. We're in the event. Hopefully people can hear us.
We're in photo day users right now.
I'm loud too. You made me turn it up for nothing. I'm loud.
How do you know that?
Because I just heard the audio.
Where? On Vimeo or photo day users?
I'm not on the users group yet. Oh, we're on users. Yeah. We're on the page that you created and we're in users. Hi, users group. We're struggling. Can you tell we're struggling?
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I got to fix my hat.
Suan, we're always having tech issues. That's the name of the game.
Because it's been a rough day.
Jay's been busy. He's last minuting this. I had to change it because I'm busy tomorrow, our normal scheduled programming.
So I'm actually busy because I'm accommodating you.
Yeah, that's true. My problem became yours today.
Oh my gosh, I was confused. There we go. Okay. See, and I had to put this hat on because I came in here. I just got done with the shoot.
How many teams?
30.
By yourself?
30 teams. Yep, 30 teams by myself. That's why I'm sunburnt. But I came in here. I didn't have time to take a shower, so my hair is crazy. I was trying to wear a baseball hat and get my light was down because I recorded CrossFit games the other day. What else did I do? Oh yeah, and my camera was. Anyways, it was a struggle to get here, so I'm glad we're here. But we shot 30 teams today. The other crew shot 67 teams, so we did 97 teams today, and then we did about how many did I tell you we did yesterday? 60 or 70 yesterday. 150 so teams, and 67. Then we so it was a busy weekend, and we missed the one because of the blizzard.
Yeah, how many teams canceled?
It was a whole league. We just rescheduled them. I don't know how big they were. They were a $6,000 job with paper order forms. So it was, that hurts. If they don't want to do it, that hurts bad. But I think that they're going to reschedule with us. So I think we're good. So
are you booked though? Like, how do you do that? How do you reschedule if you're booked for like the next 3 months straight right now?
Something. Sorry for my dog. Something always happens, like something like a uniform issue or a hat issue, and somebody has to reschedule. And so we can find some place to do it. If we don't have a weekend, we'll do it during the week. I mean, we can do big leagues on 2 weeknights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's no problem if you start at 5:00 or 5:30 and you get in 3 hours. And if we take all 3 photographers, each one of us can shoot, I don't know. I guess we do 6 teams an hour approximately. Let's just say if we're busy. So then we have 6 teams. So that's 30 teams an hour.
Yeah.
So if we're there for 3 hours, we can get there 90 teams. There's no league's going to be that big for baseball. 90 is about as big as it gets. So we can usually accommodate in 2 days.
Yeah, that's still a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest soccer league's 77. And I do that in 2 days, 2 weekends.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just me shooting. Well, me and Emily. But yeah.
Can we talk about your lighting?
You haven't seen it yet.
Why do you look like a model? Hold on a second. Tell everybody about your lighting.
I'm a supermodel.
I gotta let the dog out. Hold on a second.
So I used a ring light many, many years ago, and I haven't been using it as much as I used to. I used to use it for seniors, and I used it for I've done a lot of hair salons, I guess. So I used to just bring the ring light because the girls loved it, and now all the hair salons use ring lights in my area. Every one of them went out and bought one because of it. So I kind of stopped using it as much as I used to. But 7-8 years ago, when these things were kind of new to the industry, they were pretty fun to use. So here it is.
I think what I'd tell you how you look if we weren't live.
I look good. That's what you're gonna say. I look really good.
I don't know.
Am I on Twitch too? Yeah. Don't we look like Twitch streamers, Lisa?
Yeah. Okay. So what's our topic? Indoor and outdoor. Oh, because we're indoor and outdoor. Did you shoot indoor this weekend?
I shot headshots. I did. We did like 35 headshots for WorldMark. They're a chain down in Seaside, Oregon. So
what is WorldMark?
WorldMark is God. What's the name of it? What do they do? They sell you timeshares. They're timeshares. So we did all their sales reps.
Oh, gotcha.
That was my indoor. I used the Cambo too. It was awesome because they're different heights. And I used butterfly light. I used butterfly light. I put the light right above their forehead, and I was able to adjust it up and down depending on how high they were. It actually was awesome. It's fast.
Yeah, the Cambo stand. I used it yesterday. It was fantastic. I tried to use the Cambo today because, I have the trigger stand that I love. It's this. It's a column stand by Manfrotto, which I love. You slide up and down. Have to have it for baseball because you don't want to have the kids' eyes being in shadow. And of course, you know how one little piece can throw shoot off, like one of the tiniest piece of gear. They're like, we're screwed. So that light stand in particular is really important. But the thing is a little screw that you use to hook up the light, it fell out. So I couldn't hook up the light to the stand.
No.
So
it's just a floppy light, right? It just would dangle.
No, you can't even put it on there. It's just a hole. It's like this little screw. So it stand, it's, a little nipple, and you just put the light on there. So nipple's gone. I'm nippleless. It reminded me to tell you the story that what happened to Scott today. We have to introduce the characters too. Okay. Let me finish my story. So, anyways, I went full nippleless, and so I had to. I brought the Cambo stand in case. So I'm late again this morning because my credit card got stuck in the gas station. So, anyways, I'm sitting there, and I brought the Cambo stand, and we're late, and I'm getting all the Cambo stuff. It takes a minute to get the Cambo ready, and I put it up, and it's too high because some of the kids are 4 years old. So I was like, this is not going to work. So I had to set up a boom arm. Anyways, I made it work. It was a little bit more difficult than it needed to be, but it worked. But anyway, so we are. We split up batteries because those are big shoots. I think I don't know how many photos I took, 1,600 or so. Usually 1,600. I'll need to pull that up, figure it out. But that stretches the amount of batteries you have. When you're shooting that many photos outdoors, it's bright. And but I had just enough, and I didn't have to worry about charging anything because I forgot chargers. But the other shoot was even bigger, and they were shooting. And usually, as a rule, what we do when we get these big shoots is we set up a charging station straight away. As part of the setup, charging stations, we want to charge 2 1,200 batteries, 2 600 batteries, and 200 batteries, just be ready to go. So Scott had a young kid, one of our newer guys, go do that task. Well, they were charging for 2 hours, and he didn't check that there was power coming out of those outlets. So there's no power coming out of the outlets. So their batteries are running dead, and they go to get new batteries, and nothing has been charged.
No.
So yeah, that's a nightmare. So anyway, I don't get the whole story, but all I know is Scott's in a hurry, and I bought him. Have you ever heard of the Tuxie? The Tuxie, Tuxy?
No.
So Scott likes onesies. Like, he's always talking about he wants a comfy suit. Oh, so Scott has worked with us for 14 years. So he's we have Scott is my second photographer, office manager. So he's been with us forever, and he's just crazy. And so anyways, he always likes a comfy suit. So I bought him a onesie for Christmas one year, but I bought him upscale onesie. It's the Tuxie. I mean, it's nice. Can't tell it's a onesie.
It's not nice. There's no
onesie. Look up the Tuxie. I'm telling you, the Tuxie's nice. So anyways, I give him the Tuxie, and he never wears the Tuxie because he says it's too hot. Right. And so after yesterday, we're coming back from shoot. He goes, I got to tell you, I think I'm going to wear the Tuxie tomorrow because we've had this cold weather because it's so hot. So he wants to wear the Tuxie. So he wears the Tuxie, and it's 30 degrees when we start, but it gets up to 53. Well, Scott. Oh my gosh, I gotta get through the story. Scott goes and changes out of the tuxie, right? Shit. Okay. Sorry. I'm tired and I'm starting to giggle, but this is really funny. So Scott goes and changes and he comes back out. Shit. Okay. Okay, he comes back out and one of the sisters like, Scott, why are you in your underwear?
It does look like pajamas. It's not
whole,
nice. I'm looking at it right now.
He was in such a hurry because all the batteries were messed up. He ran to the bathroom and ran back in his long johns, and he forgot to put his shorts back on over his long johns, and he's there with all these kids in the. He's like, the bear's like, this guy just came back out in his damn underwear. Oh my god!
Are you going to get that league back? There's no way you get that league back.
Oh, they love us. It's no problem. I don't know what happened.
You can't have a 50-year-old man running around his underwear at a league.
Long johns. So, anyways, he had to sit there, and the assistant had to go find his shorts so he could put them back on. Jesus. Oh my god! He told me the story as I'm getting ready today, and so I'm kind of. Kratos just goes, "There was an incident today."
There was an incident today.
Yeah, there was an incident. And he's telling me, and I'm laughing, but I didn't have time to laugh. And now I just went back over that story in my head and imagined him sitting there in his damn underwear. Oh my god!
So Scott has choice words for that tuxie, by the way, in chat right now. If you need to.
Oh, does he? Oh my god, that is the funniest damn thing. Oh, so that's basically what happened. So yesterday we were at a shoot, and it was the ass kicker, as they are going to be for the rest of March and most of April. The weekend's going to be tough, and so we probably could have been a little bit more prepared today. So sometimes we've done it for so long, we've had so many big shoots, we've seen everything. Sometimes we kind of take it for granted, and don't do the things you're supposed to do to prepare the day before for the shoot. So today's one of those days. So you guys can kind of see what happens. People walk around in underwear, and I'm late for the podcast. Stuff like this happens.
Batteries don't get charged. How long do you have to sit there and wait for that to?
I don't know. I don't know. I still haven't gotten the full lowdown of everything what happened. All I heard is they were down to one battery. So yeah. I'm not sure what happened, but that was, so that's what happened there. But I put a photo of the Cambo stand. Let me get over here to Facebook so I can see. So that Cambo stand has been great outside. I mean, inside. I just want to be able to use it outside, but I'm just worried that I'm worried about the wind with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to use it outside?
If it's not blowing, I mean, you were here. It gets windy here. I think that everybody struggles with wind outside at some point in their lives. And
right.
I don't know, there's different tools for different parts of the job. Right. And I like that T-handled. You can bag the crap out of it, for baseball. You got to get lower anyway with the brims of the hats. So I don't know. If it works, don't fix it type thing with that outside. It's too nice to tip over and bend something and break it,
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's really useful indoors. I'm going to use it for prom this weekend. I've got some ideas with it. So yeah, there's all kinds of things it works good for indoors. I don't know about outdoors. I don't know if it's worth worth it.
Well, make things easier, but if I think I would use it for football or something like that, bigger kids, and there's no hats. But with hats, I can't really do it because they just can't get low enough. It'd have to be on a lower light stand, and I don't think it would be low enough. Okay, well let's see if we got those stories. I'm sweating, like I'm actually sweating. See if we can get. All right, so if we have, what is your preferred? If you're shooting a baseball league, indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor, 100%.
Okay, we both agree on that. Like, field to play, 100%. So
I just shot indoor last week for the high school for their baseball program and softball because it was blowing 45 miles an hour and raining. It rained 2 inches in 24 hours. So, we just didn't get a break. So we had to. Luckily, I do shoot green screen and Lasto Light, whereas, you try and stay away from it way more than me. You'll shoot on a backdrop before you'll do that, which
Yes.
I loved those shots you posted. I mean, your backdrops are good. I've never even taken the time to look for good ones like that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I just always went the other route instantly and just started making composites.
Well, Brian Evans had reminded, like I had posted that photo, and I'd forgotten where we got. We've had that background forever, and Colorado Timberline used to print those photo blankets. So we would take photos, and I've taken photos of the field of high schools, and we went and shot what those as backdrops. That was always pretty cool. But there's a guy. Gosh, you can look in the comments in one of the groups. But it's Streetscapes was the name of his company. And so when HDR was really popular,
I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah. So we bought a CD for Imaging USA, and we took some of our favorites and we got them printed by Colorado Timberline, and we use those for our backdrops. And we've used them for a really long time, and they're great. But the key to that, like our biggest competitor in Atlanta uses backdrops, and they're horrendous. When I tell you they're bad, I mean, it's off the charts. I gotta see if I can find a photo of the backdrops. I'm telling you, yeah, it's bad. So when we use the backdrops, we try to make it to where it's just kind of a subtle thing back there that you can't really tell that it's back there. And I think you can tell it's back there, but it is not prominent in the image. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
when you shoot right up against, so we're always pulling the athletes, far off the backdrop, so there's some separation there. And we're also not lighting the backdrop. We're just letting the fall off from the main light, light the backdrop. So nothing special. But I think that's what it's supposed to be, right? That it's not supposed to be, centered on the cool backdrop. You want it centered on your subject. And for me, this is just my opinion. I don't want to make anybody mad, but the cool composites, there's a lot of them out there. But I just prefer not to do them because I feel like it can be about the composites, and you have the pressure each year of we have a new design, new composites, this sort of thing. And that's one of the reasons I'm not really into them, just because I feel like sometimes it can distract from the subject. But they're also cool though. So I get it. But if we shot 97 teams today, and we shot 60 teams, so we're close to 160 teams. We don't have the capacity to do like a next gen type service for that. It would just be
that's a lot of work. Yeah,
that's
a lot of work, especially if you want to put out a decent product.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, there's corners you can cut, but there's you can make those things really shine if you take the time and put like a drop shadow on every player and make them look three-dimensional inside your composite. Like there's a lot of work that goes into making them look nice,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, I mean, Kane and Brian's work is beautiful. I mean, they're awesome photos. They're very professional. I just don't know that, first of all, we're not known for that. So that's the one thing, you know what I mean? Like when people see this out, they're not looking for that to begin with. So that's good.
What do you do for your team? Like that's the whole key for that. For me, typically is do you have a separate backdrop that you put everybody up against for the team photo, or do you just skip it?
No, we do. Yesterday we just shot up against a cement wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Sometimes sometimes that one we'll send those off and get them dropped, cut out, and then we'll put them into a template. The only issue with that is it matching the individual photo.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit it's an issue. But the thing is, first of all, it's such a tight crop. There's not a lot of stuff around it. So, if we have the wall back there, all the photos, they're posed well, lit well, all that sort of stuff, but it's a cement wall. But it's cropped pretty tight, and Scott will put graphics and stuff like that around it. You know what I mean? And dress it up a little bit, and make it look a little bit better. At the same time, it's a team photo, and the league knows what happened. The league knows that it was, 20 degrees and 40-mile-an-hour winds. So they don't beat us up about that kind of stuff. Everybody's looking for the good individual photos. That's just our customer base. They're not, we've never heard anybody jump and shout about a team photo that was bad. It's all individual photos. What do you think about that?
What was your yeah, I guess, but what was your age group today? Like what was your
Today or
or that
yesterday?
yesterday, sorry.
Anywhere from 3-year-olds, which we had a lot of them, 3 to 15 or 14, maybe 14
Okay.
years.
So you had Babe Ruth kids in there. Like
Yeah,
you had like teenagers. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. hmm I
God,
mean,
I feel like I
what?
would get accosted bad. I shot a football team indoors
Mhm.
one time about 9 years ago because it was storming. And
Right?
I'm not kidding you. We brought the whole football team under this covered area, and there was some basketball hoops in the background. And I shot them super dark, so you could
Right?
barely see them because I didn't want to take the time to Photoshop them out. I probably should have, but
Right?
to this day, there's still a handful of parents that bring up the fact that, hey, remember when you shot football pictures inside and on a basketball court? I mean, I
What?
still get that 9 years later. I'm not even joking.
Hmm.
It's
Football
crazy.
players on the basketball court. Let's see.
But it was concrete outdoor, but it was under a covered shed and it was storming so bad. Like I had to have help. I had to have the parents hold my lights underneath that covered thing so they didn't blow over. I
Hmm.
didn't have enough sandbags.
People are mad about it.
Yeah, and they were mad about it still to this day.
Hmm. Yeah,
I got picky ones.
I mean, I don't know. Like the thing about it is like oftentimes I don't even look at the team photos because I don't do them. Somebody else does them. I do the individual photos, and they just edit them, crank them out. I don't even look at them. So
Right.
that's the honest truth. I'm watching at the shoot and making sure that everybody's shooting in the gaps and that sort of thing. And I'll go over there and look at the camera, that sort of thing. But I'm not. I typically I don't see the final product much when it comes to team photos. Karina does. Karina inspects everything. So my concern is with the individual photos, watching those. But yeah, we don't get beat up too much on team photos. I'm surprised somebody, I'm sure everybody's got other stories like that, but I'm surprised people
Well, I'm
get so
sure.
nasty.
Yeah. That's just the one that sticks out for me. So it's always kind of hit different with me for team photos. Like I hate walking around town and people like looking at me. Like I think about it. I'm like, they still mad about that team photo 9 years ago.
So
It's
what
just
is
stupid.
like, so that scares you for each one. Like you're just like, so
It does.
in this
I'm
case, if
sensitive.
we had to
I'm
shoot
a
in the
man, but
cafeteria,
I'm
are
sensitive.
you gonna? What happens if you shoot in the cafeteria? Are you going to shoot a group and cut it out? Or are you going to shoot on the last light and send it to next gen?
I'll shoot last the lighter green screen and do it myself. I don't send it off. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
so
do
you'll shoot
that.
the team green screen,
Yeah, yeah,
just a big green.
I'll,
Okay,
yeah.
that's not a bad idea. I know maybe we should think about that, but I'm kind of worried about that though. At the same time,
Why?
well, I don't want them to expect that every time.
Well, and there is that. You do a good job a couple of times, and pretty soon the athletic directors kind of prefer it. And some coaches do, especially the high school level, because it's quicker for them. How often do you go to a shoot? And high school coaches really, they feel like you're kind of taking practice time away from them. They take it that serious where they're like, we need to hurry up, or you can't have this part of the gym. You can only have this corner because we need
Uh-huh.
it for practice and we don't want you
Yep.
to ruin that. So once they figure out that green screen or Elastilite or gray or whatever you're shooting on is quicker and easier for them,
Mhm.
they don't care after that.
Hmm.
And so it'll bite you if you
Yeah,
don't
I
want
mean,
to do that kind of work.
we had a school that we do, and we had to do the head coach loved it, and he's just such an ass every season. He's such an ass, and so he loved the next gen composites, But we're like, if you guys make us do that, we're not your photographer anymore. It was just too much. It's too much because
Yeah.
then they expect for you to come back a million times, like, oh, what's the deal? There all these makeups and all that, and that's
You
no.
got to say no to makeups. We tried to be nice and do makeups, but you just have to say no. You have to say no. And if they don't like that, then they had different priorities that day. Or, I mean, we were extra nice about it the last couple of years because a lot of kids were out with COVID. And so we tried
Right?
to facilitate that. But moving forward, it's just a hard no. It's too much. It's too much to try
Oh,
to fix.
it was ridiculous because that's the only time we did it for COVID, And they just like totally took our times for granted, and we were, like you said, we were trying to be nice because it was COVID. And then it just got ridiculous. Like, we're just not
Yeah.
going to do that again. It was
It's
crazy.
crazy how quick it escalated. Yeah, it just like you do it a couple times, pretty soon it's like every shoot, it's 2 or 3 people now are missing. And come to find out, a lot of those, that we were being nice on lately, it was because kids were in, they're in the big city shopping, or they had something else they had to go do, and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
Pictures weren't their priority that day, so you just have to say no.
Yeah. Well, this school is in the nicest area of town. And so they're used to being catered to, even the kids are used to being catered to. So it's a private school, and they'll kind of do whatever the kids ask. And I'm just not down with that.
People don't realize how much work it really is, I think. I mean, we care about it and we want it to look nice. So it takes a lot.
All right. So what are your, give me a couple of pieces of gear if you're shooting outside that are just absolutely essential now that you got baseball coming up?
You got to have sandbags. You got to have good C-stands.
Astoria, you got to have the sandbags.
You got to have them. Like, you can't get away from them. If you're outdoors, I have lost so much gear from stuff falling over because of one wind gust. It might be nice for an hour and a half. And then you'll get at least one that will knock your light over every freaking time. Every time.
Yeah. I'm sure they're like, can it be a calm day? Then all of a sudden wind comes up?
Absolutely. I mean, yesterday is a prime example. Yesterday morning, we did a family session, gorgeous out, beautiful. 2:00, blowing 60, raining. You couldn't even see 17 feet, 20 feet in front of you. It was raining so hard.
Oh my gosh.
The rest of the day.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. First half of the day, gorgeous. Second half, destroyed. So,
I want to go back to I'm fascinated with the green screen stuff. Now, when you do the green screen on the team, do you do the same thing for the individuals then, right?
I think so. I like it to match.
Right. So if you do a memory mate, it matches.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to build the memory mates too. Some of the composite templates out there have memory mate stuff built in, so it's just running all the product one more time through SPA. But SPA is Sports Photo Automation, for those of you that don't know, and it's through it's in Photoshop. But so you end up running all the individuals, then you run the team, and then if you want to make the composites, you'd run everything again. And I stopped doing that, especially with PhotoDate, because now I just upload the individual and the team, and then I make them buy the memory mate. I don't sell as many memory mates now that I make the clients do it.
Right.
But I used to sell a lot more with paper memory mates, but I think I sell more product now because they're buying more individuals. I know I'm selling more product now with them buying individual 5x7s and individual team 5x7s or 8x10s, as opposed to before I was just selling a lot of memory mates and nothing else. I had a package for, I think, $17.99 for years and years. That was a memory mate package. And they got 4 wallets and a memory mate, and I sold that a lot.
That was it.
And yeah, that was it. And then you're capped $17.99. Well, how much was my cost on that?
No, but it was $17.99. So that was your biggest seller?
For a long time, yeah, until I bumped that up a little bit more, and then I kept my 8x10s a little bit less than that, but I started charging a little more for my memory mates as the years went on. But I think I'll tell you what, $21.99 or something.
You have to. Like, how are you going to make any money doing that?
Yeah. Well, I was new, I just took the pricing that I kind of thought I knew from the beginning and ran with that for many years, and come to find out, you're not making much money on that. In the end, you have to run your own numbers eventually. So. From the beginning and ran with that.
Oh, did you hear that? Sorry. I was trying to see if there's any questions we got to answer. But anyway, okay. So, all right. So the memory mate thing, $17.99. That's I think a big problem with PhotoDate users that try to take that method and go for paper order forms and move over to PhotoDate with that. Because you got to think, man. I mean, you cannot. When we started Smacks, we sold no memory mates for like the first 5 or 6 years. My thought was that I was like offended. I was like, I want you to buy your individual photo, and I want it to be awesome. I don't want you to put a team photo beside it. That was our thing. So we didn't even offer them for a long time. Then when we did offer them, it was a lot of money because we were like, we don't want them getting away with this $18 sale and just be done with it.
Right.
So we made the memory mates really expensive, and I think it's like now you have to. I think we don't. I don't think we sell the memory mates a la carte. It's a memory mate pack. So if you want memory mate, you can get it, but it's coming with some other stuff, and it's going to be, priced accordingly.
Yeah, you're
So
forcing more product on them for sure.
right, and if you look at any of the big, if you look at the big like the companies that are doing senior photography, if you take like a our experience was Life Touch, not with Life Touch. We did we did Katie Studios, and there was one other in the Atlanta market that our kids were with. I forget what the name of that company was, but the way they had it set up is if you wanted an 8x10, just an 8x10, you had to buy like $500 worth of product to get 8x10. You know what I mean? They won't let you get away with just buying an 8x10 because they know that everybody's going to do that. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, I mean, it is crazy. That's a little extreme, but it is what it is. So I think, making it to where it's not easy just to buy a memory mate and 4 wallets and get away with that, because then if you're not making any money, then it's not a win for the photographer. And if it's not a win for the photographer, you're going to quit,
Yeah.
and, or you can't buy new gear. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a struggle. So you have to price things accordingly. So that way you're making enough money to where you can improve each year and you're offering a quality product. If you're offering something that's super cheap and people are able to get in and out for $20, I don't see how that's going to be a winner for a photographer.
No, over the years, if I don't feel good getting out of bed to go work, I didn't charge
Mhm.
enough money that day.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't stay motivated. I mean, that's period. Bottom line.
Yeah. Well, today, I mean, I've got my watch on, and yeah, so I have it on the
Mine's
thing.
charging.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Charge your batteries. So yeah, I got my watch on, and then I've got my dashboard beside me as I'm taking photos. And I'm telling you, I love that because I am watching my advanced pay sales, and I'm watching just like my sales come in. And as I'm shooting, it's like instant motivation. Like, oh yeah, look out, we're really doing good today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I love that part that, Rainer kind of gamified the whole photo day thing so we can sit there and watch our dashboard as we're
I'm
shooting
not gonna
live.
lie. I was a little pissed at first when they came out with it because I was like, "What do I need that for? I can just go to Photo Day and look at it. Can they please give me this? I need Photo Day to do this for me, not this. I don't
Right.
need the app for that, right?" I was like, "Why are they spending time doing that? I want this stuff first." But the more that it's become part of our lives, it's kind of interesting how much we lean on that dashboard app and how much we look at it, and it's important. It's an important part of our business for many reasons. One of them
Yeah.
is that keep you motivated.
Yeah. I love to send
I love when it wakes me up at
screenshots.
night and I forget to turn the notifications off and it dings at 3:00 in the morning and I'm like, who is up buying pictures at 3:00 in the morning? But you'd be surprised how many midnight moms there are out there that are spending money at that time.
Yeah. It's usually 2 reactions, right? It's like, oh, it's a PD100. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Then, but what
Yeah.
about the ones that is, hey, somebody just congratulations, somebody spent $13.86. I'm who the hell just spent $13? Karina, how is it possible?
True.
That one pissed me off.
Those don't happen that often though.
No, they don't. They don't. What is your average order there, Justin?
Mine's lower than everyone else's because
Of sales tax.
of sales tax, but mine's at 48.70 right now.
Yeah, so it's about the same as mine. Well, I'm at 58, but if you did sales tax, you're right around 55,
Yours is
right?
a little higher than mine. Yeah. I mean, what's your sales tax? 8% or something? 7%?
Between 6 and 8.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's good. I mean, well, I'm probably, I don't know. Is Astoria, that's not like the most affluent county right there, right? I mean, isn't it like, what is your customer base like?
Our customer base is just super blue collar
Right.
workforce. I mean, yeah, it's all blue collar here. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've got, but sometimes, you get into a little more lucrative area where people have a little more money. I don't necessarily believe they spend more.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the richer they are, the less they spend. That's why they have more money than us. But,
Yeah, I agree. Well,
blue
another
collar
fact,
works hard and spends their money and plays hard. So
Yeah, and I think the other factor is that you are in a small town, so people are buying your images over and over again.
Yeah, I'm getting them. I just had a mom bring that up last week. She's like, I think this is like the 8th time you've taken my kids' pictures this year, just this year
Woo,
for different stuff. So
woo.
she's written me 8 different checks, she says, or whatever. But well, now she buys online. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, we do that. I mean, all we do, maybe, I guess we get them in different sports, but I worry about just spring and fall baseball, and
yeah,
you're doing their school, all their
we don't have
sports.
fall baseball. It's too wet here. There's no shot. That would never happen.
Right. But all the
You would
kids playing
never
the
get on a
sports and that
baseball
sort of
field.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're playing football, football, soccer, baseball, basketball. That's
All
our
right.
sports.
One thing that
Volleyball.
I am kind of I'm interested to see. We did a shoot down and getting back on the indoor outdoor topic. We have a photo. We had rain in St. Pete last year, and this one league we did those backdrops that I just posted yesterday. And the sales were crazy. They were really good. That worries me.
Indoor backdrop.
Indoor backdrop. Yeah. So they weren't. So our sales are lagging. I just shot them a few weeks ago, and they're not. The sales so far aren't quite as good as they were indoors.
Oh, the
That's
outdoor ones, you mean?
mm-hmm. I
Wow.
mean, it's only been open for a week and a half, I think.
Oh, that's not enough time to tell. You got to
I
give it a
know,
month.
but yeah. Craney said the same thing. So I give it
You
another
got to
month to
give it
see.
3 to 5 weeks to really get a feel. You got to go
Yeah.
through a couple of paydays. I feel like Photo Day has changed the way people spend their money. I really do believe we get more money on paydays now. Like people will wait a week to get paid before they buy, whereas before we
Huh.
were forcing them to do it early. So
So
pay
you think
attention to that.
you
See if
get
that happens for you.
orders on the 1st and the 15th, for example, or the end
Yes.
of the month?
Yeah. The beginning and the middle of the month, our sales are bigger.
Okay, so we should be good here in a couple of days. See if
Yes.
there's a spike. I always
Yes.
feel like Tuesdays is a big day.
Maybe do
Tuesdays
people
big.
get paid Mondays over there? I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe everybody kind of gets done with the weekend. Monday's, a tough one with all the kids going back to school, and they're going to go back on Tuesday getting some errands done.
Yeah.
I'd be interested. Like, which day of the week is the best day for Photo Day?
We need to run a bell curve and see. There's got Rainer, Lisa. Can we do that easy?
Yeah, there just needs to be something. We need some more stats. Are you drinking?
No, that's the dog drinking. Can you hear the dog?
Yeah. Yeah, here
Yeah.
we go. Okay. We've been talking for 37 minutes.
Jesus. On nothing. We haven't accomplished anything.
I can't wait.
Nothing.
I can't wait to go back over the Scott story again. That one's just that one's legendary.
He qualified it a little bit. I noticed. I didn't get to read it, but
Yeah, I might have, that might have been the story as I heard it, but I kind of like the way I heard it.
it's funnier.
What do you say?
He's just talking about his underwear.
I
hate
heard it
this
was
setup.
Long John's.
I can't go back and see any of the comments. There's 39 comments, and it won't let me scroll. It's only showing me 4 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see if I can see. Yeah.
Lisa
right.
said she's going to pull up some data, so that'll be good.
Okay. Let me see. Maybe I can find. Oh, it says start a Q&A. Yeah. So you'll have to apologize. Me and Justin, we're working on this. We're working on it. We're gonna be better and get the comments and all that. I can't see any comments either.
If you go full screen it up, you'll be able to see it.
Okay. So somebody did ask you, like, how big of a green screen do you use?
Well, so I have a 20-foot long green screen, 20 by 10. You don't need much. I mean, 20 feet wide's wide.
Yeah. I know Dave Stock maybe has like a 30 footer or something that's just crazy.
They're cheap. Just buy one on Amazon. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't even light it. Just light the team. Don't even worry about the backdrop.
Wow. What? And then you're using the pick snub to drop it out?
Yeah, pick snub will just cut it right out.
Oh, yeah, we do. Scott. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. I can do it on my phone. I think. He
Yeah, see, Nick
changed.
Todd, he posts his pictures Thursday evening, hoping 1 o'clock happens, and then he catches the Friday payday sales. See, I think there's something to that.
Oh, Tuesdays.
Well, he does Thursday nights, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
All
people
right.
get paid
Tuesday,
Fridays.
Thursdays.
We'll have
All
to
right.
figure it
So,
out.
let's see. We got how big is the green screen? There was no. Oh, Pixnub. Is that what you used to knock it out?
Yeah, Pixnub. Or, God, there's some really good ones online now, though. Like, I mean, remove.bg is working real good. So is Pure Photo. There's some good ones out there. Just depends on if you want to pay to have them extracted or if you want to pay one time for a subscription or month
And you
or
don't
yearly.
necessarily is it good enough to where it can? Wait a second. You said you don't like the green. You don't feel like you need to light it.
You don't need to light the green. No, just light the team. I mean, even just two lights evenly on both sides. You don't have to get fancy, right?
Just for the knockouts, you're saying?
Yeah.
Do you have any green spill or anything like that?
Not if you don't like the background. You got to be careful. So the reason people get green spill usually is because they're blowing too much light on the green, or the client can be pretty close to it if you're not bouncing a bunch of light off of it. That green spill you get is from light bouncing that green color off the green screen onto your subject.
And I'm sure it has something to do with how far your light is from your team as well. So you guys need to know the inverse square law. You have to be familiar with that, so that way you can make sure that experiment. Don't just go out doing it.
Don't just go do it. Yeah, try it at home a couple times. The other thing, like with some of those knockouts, I shot some kids, some school pictures of just kids. And I had a white backdrop with some black, what do you call it? What are the folders?
The V-flats.
V-flats, excuse me. Yeah. So I had black V-flats set up to hide lights that I was lighting the white background with. Well, I shut all the lights off behind those, and I just shot the kids, and it overlapped the black and the white, and they were sitting on a bench and then standing. I uploaded those to remove.bg, and it just knocked them out perfectly. Like I didn't do anything fancy. I just lit the group of kids and let whatever happened in the background happen, and it cut them out like that. It worked really good.
Well,
so you don't have to get too fancy, but test it. Test what you're capable of getting away with.
All right. Well, and then we'll report back on the baseball league with the cement wall and see what I don't know what Karina and Scott have in store. They'll probably put it on back. I don't know what they're going to do, but. We'll see, and then I'll also let you know if there's any.
Try just that cement wall. I would upload that one photo. Try just one time with that remove.bg. See what it does. Okay. I bet you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
It's better than Photoshop. Photoshop's pretty good these days.
It's better than Photoshop. It's better than Select Subject. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Photoshop doesn't have AI. It doesn't learn as fast as stuff like Pure Photo or remove.bg. The more stuff that's uploaded to remove.bg, the more the AI remembers those different types of cutouts, and the better it gets over time. And as the years have gone on, it's gotten a lot better. It didn't used to be as good as it is now, but something happened 3 or 4 months ago, and it just started working brilliantly. I don't know what they did, but.
Well, my advice to any of you, if you can get away from the team composites, it's a good idea. If you get busy, I know some of you there's some people that do that to separate themselves from the competition, which I totally get. Right? If you got to do something different. I've had a couple leagues snagged from me because somebody did composites and they looked cool. I mean, we ended up getting them back, but because you got to charge for it, right? I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I don't, so I get frustrated because I keep my prices the same across the board.
Right. And so the biggest thing for me, and so this is why I want to talk about this today, is indoor versus outdoor, because we did indoor yesterday. It was nice. I have to say it was nice because I just sat there. We had a thermostat right there, and people were coming in and out. We had we had separate rooms. We had crowd control. It was no
Your
problem.
Lighting's perfect. There's no wind.
Yeah. Everything, nothing moves. It's really easy. And I liked it, but I can't do stuff. I'm very limited with what I can do. It's full body, half body. We flipped the camera over landscape one time and we took a low angle. Low angle in this situation is kind of like, because if you have the backdrop set up to where you want certain elements, I had a Easton bucket on one side, that was on the bench, and then I had the lockers up top. So when I go from a low angle, there was nothing but lockers up top. I'm like, does that even look like a dugout at this point? You know what I mean? It still looked good, and I don't think it's going to really affect sales, but I just can't be. I don't feel like it limits you to what you can do. That's
it's
what I
not
feel
the
like.
Boatwright style at that point.
Yeah.
You're not getting that's what you create your brand on, that's
Mm.
that's what drew me to your images when I first saw them. I mean, I'm not fanboying as as like you may think I am, but that's what
Yeah.
I realized.
Just a minute.
I wasn't shooting low enough. I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was because of that style you created. So
yeah, but yeah, so today being outside, I could be more flexible. But let me tell you something. Oh my gosh, buddy, it was buddy shot. I mean, the apocalypse of buddies.
never ending buddy shots.
Oh my gosh.
That is the worst.
And what was the killer today is like, okay, so this is kind of our workflow. Nobody's doing anything. We keep talking. So anyway, we went past 30 minutes, but anyway, so the killer was buddy shots. Okay, buddy shots sell, and I'm happy to take them because in my mind, if they're like, if somebody asks me, can they take a photo with Photo Day? I'm like, hell yeah, you can take the photo. I want as many photos as I can take because that's what's people going to buy. With paper order forms, I wouldn't let anybody do that because what was the point? If you don't go back and fill out a paper order form and bring that piece of paper to me, then I'm not taking the extra photo because I'm never going to get paid for it. And this line's going to back up and it's just going to be a big pain in the ass. Or you're going to, even just as bad, you're going to call us later and ask for a $15 order, be on the phone with Karina for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then we have to ship it to you. And it was just a mess. So it's completely a mind shift. Now there's buddy shots, but I'm 30 teams, 37 teams, whatever I'm shooting today. And Karina has me 10 minutes per team sometimes and 15 minutes sometimes, so it's a tight schedule. There's 0 breaks, right? And when the teams come out, we give them instructions. All right, coaches, if you want shots with your players, move your players to the front of the line, and any buddy shots move to the front of the line. So that way we take those buddy shots and we get them done with. And the procedure, you got to do it right. You have to have the player, then the buddy, and then the players. Like we have a system down to where we can get it done fast because we know that they're popular, especially with the new leagues like today. So today I would explain it to the coaches, right? Or the assistant would explain it or something. And we go through the line. And then at the end, the coach would be like, so is now the time to do the buddy shots? I'm like, oh my God, dude. So then you got to set them all the way back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's more than double the amount of time. If you go through the whole team and then you have to go back through the team again and pick the buddy shots up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they're already, once you've posed them, you can just throw the other one in there real fast. I lost Jay. It's just me now. Dang it. Let me answer questions here. Pure Photos just got even better with 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, so did Chuck. I agree. I think that all those, for some reason, 3 or 4 months ago, Remove.bg and Pure Photos got way better.
Huh. Do you think it had anything to do with, I mean, they're not tied to Photoshop at all, right? Are they Photoshop plugins?
They can be. Well, Remove.bg has a plugin for it. I don't know about Pure Photos, but
because I mean, the thing is that around the same time Lightroom came out with their Select Subject? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It was about the same time. Yep.
I wonder if is that just a coincidence or is there?
I don't know. I mean, if they're smart business wise, it wasn't. I mean, they did it on purpose. If they're smart.
What do you mean?
It did. It just started working better. I don't know why.
Huh. Well, I know that Lightroom feature is awesome. If you're doing gymnastics, you do that Select Subject. If you need to darken that background for us, that's where we used it a lot.
Yeah.
If you want those real dramatic shots, Select Subject and then just invert it and darken the background. It worked really good.
Yeah.
Especially on a Mac. What about that Mac Studio? Are you going to get it?
God, I don't know. It looks pretty sexy. You know what bothered me about it was I wanted the screens too. So I got to buy 2 new screens for it too. Those Apple screens look good.
But those things, what was the stand was like what it was like $800 or
It was like
$1,000 for the damn.
just for the stand.
Yeah, if you wanted to go up and down, you had to pay extra for the stand.
Yeah, just the screens were $1,800, I think, or $1,799 or something without the stand, right? Yeah.
Well, I just got the BenQ back there. You ever heard of those?
Yeah, I'm looking at 2 of them right now.
Do you have?
I
the
went
ones
cheap
that are,
too. I bought the sRGB ones, so I didn't have to mess with anything. They're just they are what they are.
Yeah, I love that screen, and that's $1,500. Mine was think $1,500, but I guess I got the one that's Adobe and RGB.
Yeah, mine were only $400. I went cheap.
So
on screen.
if you this is the thing, guys. If you're editing with images, you're editing your images. Those BenQ screens the idea behind them is what you see is what you get. Like if it looks like this on the screen, it's going to look like this when it's printed. Correct?
Yes.
All right. Where the Apple screen is going to be backlit and beautiful, but when you get
5K or 8K resolution or whatever they got.
Yeah, and the print's going to look dark, right? You always underexpose it when you send it to the lab if you go by your screen.
Yeah.
So the BenQ screens might not look as good, but it's going to be more accurate on your prints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I love them.
So if you just get the RGB one, that's all we need.
The sRGB is what I have. Yeah. It's
that's literally because that's what all the labs are using.
That's what you're exporting your JPEGs at the end of it before you send it to your lab anyway.
Right.
So the colors I have on my screen are what I get. Like I'm not a fashion photographer. I'm not sending this stuff to Vogue magazine. So if I was doing that, I would have a different setup probably. But color workflow is a whole nother topic that we could talk about. And everybody's got their opinions about that too.
Mm-hmm. Well, we probably should pay attention a little bit more. And,
it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go eat.
Yeah, you're going to be starving. You had a long day.
Yeah, long day.
What were you saying before you got cut off? Why'd you get cut off? Did you kick your cord out or what?
Me?
Yeah.
When?
Did you? Oh, you didn't even know you disappeared?
No. How long have I disappeared?
That's why I cut you off and was talking about that other thing when you were gone.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know I was gone. Oh, no. So, okay, wait. I need to. This is the worst time to do this. I meant to address this if I wasn't so flustered when it got started. If anybody saw the one last week we did, I was sitting here talking about I'm the director of education, and Justin was giving me. Yeah, he was giving me shit, and I was talking back and forth. But the fact that I didn't add him to the screen sounded like I was just talking to the mic and into the camera.
Yeah,
I look like an idiot.
Nothing new.
Now you just let me do that. Just embarrass myself. Oh, wait, we forgot. So Emily hates the beard in the boat. Emily is Justin's significant other. She hates it.
She's just. I don't know. I don't know why. You're gonna have to bring it up with her. I'm not getting in the middle of that.
Well, it got the most votes.
It got a lot of votes. 29.
So we did. We're trying to name this because me and Justin were like Justin and Jay. That seems like easy enough. And then we found another photography blog that had a way better name. We're like, oh,
way better name.
Way better name. We're like, oh, no, we should have a name because that name's really good. So we had a little thing and we did a survey in Boat Rate Boot Camp. We got about 150 photographers in there, and everybody voted to call it. Most votes are the beard in the boat. I thought it was pretty good. I like the beard.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Scott, that's not it.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to talk with Emily and make sure that she's totally on board with it. So.
Well, I mean, and if anybody has anything cool they want to come up with, like.
What? Can you hear my dog barking?
Yeah, what's going on? Are you getting
broken into? I mean, last week, everybody was in here, and now this week, the dog is barking. And Karina doesn't care. She's just down there. Cares. She doesn't care. She's she's going to let him bark right outside the door and not help me out.
She's busy. She's probably cooking you dinner.
She is, but, I mean, can you tell the dog to stop barking? I don't even know what to say.
So how are we going to answer these questions when people talk to us from now on? Are we going to get to these afterwards?
I guess we're going to have to. We got to figure out a better system. I'll do a better job next week. We'll figure out a better system.
All
so we
right.
can answer as we go.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Talk to you
good on you
tomorrow.
for getting through the day. 90-some teams today.
Yes.
One
Almost
day.
100. It was a good day. I'm not complaining.
Okay. No complaining.
No, I'm not complaining. All right,
All right.
guys.